The national drug control strategy proposed by President Bush and drug czar Bennett isn't worth the environmentally disastrous and unnecessary sulfuric acid and dioxin-laced wood pulp processed paper which it is printed on. Specifically, the continued prohibition of hemp marijuana cultivation prevents our society from utilizing nature's premier renewable resource for the majority of Earth's paper, fiber, fuel, food, paint, and medicine. Ironically, at the time of George Washington, he and all American farmers were required to grow and could even pay their taxes with hemp. Why? Because hemp was used for the majority of colonial Americas in the world's paper, clothing, towels, diapers, lace, sails, canvas, Dutch pronunciation of cannabis, rope, paint, varnish, lighting oil, and more. In fact, as recently as World War II, with Philippine and Asian hemp cut off by the Japanese, the U.S. Department of Agriculture in 1942 produced a 14-minute black and white film, Hemp for Victory, encouraging and instructing patriotic American farmers to grow 350,000 acres of hemp per year by 1943 to be used for civilian and military shoes, rope, fire hoses. Even the parachute webbing that George Bush held onto when he bailed out over the Pacific was made from cannabis hemp. Hemp uses the sun more efficiently than virtually any other plant on our planet. In fact, on a planet-wide, climate-wide, and soil-wide basis, hemp, grown annually, would produce approximately 40 times the biomass, that is living organic matter, of the next best annual rival biomass crops that can be grown on Earth, such as corn, knuff, and sugarcane. Today we have the ability and the mechanized technology to use hemp biomass and other biomasses for energy farming and produce all of the clean, renewable fuel we would need for all of our cars, homes, and industry with a net reduction of carbon dioxide. Theoretical computer models have shown that reversing the greenhouse effect will only be possible, if possible at all, if hemp and other biomass wastes are used again as they were until 130 years ago for making the overall majority of Earth's paper, fiber, fuels, paints, varnish, and now everything from plastics to dynamite. As for marijuana, the blossom of the hemp plant, U.S. government clinical studies as well as studies of the Jamaican, Costa Rican, and Greek marijuana-using populations indicate statistically that you will live more than a year longer if you smoke marijuana every day than if you use no drugs at all, and 8 to 24 years longer than regular tobacco and alcohol users. In 1987, U.S. government statistics reported 395,000 Americans died from tobacco. 87% of all lung cancer cases were caused by tobacco use. Also, the National Institute of Drug Abuse, that's NIDA, reports 125,000 Americans died in 1987 from alcohol use. That same agency and the Surgeon General's mortality statistics report zero deaths ever due to marijuana. And as of October 1988, no case of lung cancer has ever been attributed solely to marijuana use. Therefore, we at Hemp are seeking a marijuana hemp armistice. That is an immediate nationwide moratorium on the personal, medical, and industrial suppression of hemp, and for the President and Congress to immediately appoint a Hemp Advisory Commission to oversee and expedite reintroduction of hemp to American agriculture, business, and medicine. Our justifications for this moratorium commission are that with few exceptions, none of the American public, especially our politicians, who should have known when they made these laws, the judges who should have known when they enforced them, and the police, and even the teachers who should have taught them and all the rest of us in the first place, knew virtually any of the preceding history, facts, information, or the vast potential of hemp as Earth's premier natural renewable resource, biomass, and life extender. If I have to go to jail for fighting for that, or give of any other part, or you should be proud to. I mean, such a sweet thing as marijuana to go to jail for, put there by people that don't even know this information, haven't the foggiest idea, and yet chemicals, petrochemicals, fossil fuels are totally legal, and hemp, one of the greatest things that if not the greatest natural growing thing on Earth, is illegal. Every damn politician out there should be ashamed of themselves forever if they continue this now that they know this, and don't check it out. If they've heard it and they don't believe it, check it out. But if it's true, you better change your ways, because if a world would accept you, I wouldn't want to live in that world. And if the world doesn't accept you, you should be proud of a world that would teach you how to behave like adults. Like you want kids to behave, like to be responsible, to control their uses, we expect you to control the abuses of the power of legislating stupidity, ignorance, and the end of my planet. That's all.